My never say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there. Osia dem yopo.
California TV me ma obibia akwaba ha eye PENDREAM TV. Ransford ke watch the simbia to watch as self per se o man etumpon and self per se o man ekonanima. E also take decision. Na Ibrahim Traore eye Burkina president Krampono wa take decision na wa ban serious e won the country. Na China for kra e the 40 years na etumi build the economy. And some of the week away on Ransford keep watching a day to my person by Jabra na waka me in 7 inch. Subscribe to the channel, don't comment section. Like and share my dear ma for answer and come. Come on, Nancy and some Ransford keep watching a day to
Okay, Mammy Chia, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, Akrami Chiao, Mammy Chia, Mammy Professor Nana Genopo Mammy Chia Chief of Staff, Menchia National Chairman Johnson Asidu Ketia, Fifi Fiavico Timichiao. Na honorable officer free ankra honorable mechiao ya wo Ghana for in the year 1957 ebra a certain president anu do Ghana no face Africa capable of managing and own affairs in a person of Dr. Osagyefo Kwame Nkrumah wono ena o Lydia G Fahudie na sa vision no Nenye Ghana for at that time to do an any share. I remember JB Dankwa and Co. A oppositioner, the first president of this land, from that group, no. Mekaipa Abakosam Emye Kaka Sanseminina. Mekai Timer a Faudian Krababa Yepaye. That group which show Krata Kokoma, the Queen that time. Say Ghana yenye ready. Say Beji Faudie. Meka that time of the first prime minister Dr. Osagyefo Kwame Nkrumah na ye pe ni party through edinity ato yen sika ebedi so no that group no tro krata kokoma queen say prime minister tidia yempe okrom ha na queen no for ne ti ento ye sika so ye di abakosemachi ne yakaniema esisi ye proud to independence ebepim sabre yi a ebe see the even the overthrow and overthrow of Kwame Nkrumah and the chinsam a Kwame Nkrumah tax a corner so na bullet odidi ye and ye nuabema Kofi Dagate did bullet man from the northern part of Ghana and the bullet man in na mekasi a ka saba ko semina at a jebo boy ne but nina say as a country we have come far. Lamentations, you know, John Mama said yamfan tunchain a solution time. And before the solution, you have to take decision as a country. We have to take a decision. Say, this is what we want to do. This is the path I person faso to our prosperity. China at the 40 years I produce my economy. And now Yenuya Bema Traore, Burkina president, he has taken a decision to even ban serious. Some of them running side money pay from him. A bit from on team account. So as a country, President Mahama, just about a few days ago, organized a national economic dialogue. A kwanye be faswa. Jenina won so money nipa. Kwanye na be faswa ne de adwene baba benkrom na yetimi aboama Ghana economy no. Etimi awie paye. Devoid politics. They be say, Woko American, other Germany and what have you are. After voting, any opposition party. After voting a young president, you know, you know the dream back a Ghana first. Me, I am older than NDC, I am older than MPP. The NDC as a party, my new chair party, no. MPP as a party, my new chair. Ebia PNDC new PDA beyond bench pani. But the NDC that I know, 92 NDC, 92 MPP, I'm older than both political parties now. One more Ghana Maria Afa 692 no. We have to take a decision. I'm a body Akufo Addo debt of 122 billion. Akufo Addo kono wajenechi 721 billion. Plus another, your friend is saying, light, PDS for ECG, was just 68 billion. What the kwaka 721 ho a ukọ wanim wasanso agya kokobo 32.5 billion ni nyina ye kaya Ghana ka. These are state institutions. Eti ekaneba eba beso man Ghana. Eti Akufo Addo ukọ no eka oje chilling close to $1 trillion. Just 8 years per. Eti mimi kwasi bo achi de ebe ya enka political parties egu achire ni nyina no giengu no. Na ke form nyina ka NDC ni John Mahama ho. Na Ghana nko nanim because he take a decision ni ebe ye NPP 8 years, NDC 8 years Ghana will suffer. Because after 32 years of age, I'm talking about your second event, 32 years of democracy. I at it, you tell the money you know. Sebi, we have to take a decision as a country. After 68 years of independence, after 68 years of independence, Akufo Addo, Bawumia, Kenofriata, and it's our group no ever to take Ghana Pansamono the last 8 years. Then Yemenya another administration obe take over. Next administration no asambo on them before. Na obe time hyehyɛ nneɛma. Ni yakwa to aba apam administration we say. Na administration bi aba ene ne cabal. Abe siphon Ghana. Yen conference na diskana guombotom. Na ya sign aba square one. So we have to take a decision as a country. Yama NDC ma eme hyehyɛ nneɛma. Eme creative buffers for our economy. Then yakwa to aba in the next 4 years, 8 years, 12 years, 16 years. Yes, oh, NDC for mo for yen. E 10 people mra. Na yen sani e 1 people mu. Na wababe messy up the economy. Ni asai aba square one. She a car. A fiti Kwame Nkrumah press by Pim John Mahama 2016 122 billion. Na Akufo Addo before a car. Ghana cow. Wabe hu na echo 1 trillion. Na sabio e ka we yede bobra ko yani mane ye yemfa bobra ko yani mane ye. So we have to take a bold decision, need bold solutions for our problems. And our President Mahama called Volta region right after the first Ghana Independence Day commemoration about so no we no call Volta near say the good people of Volta region, some part of the Volta, and so ayapui etimi yirifa so ebo sroche na ababe sen krofo niema abe sen yapade abe fan krofo da munya babina kwan me ne be fa ye benya nso ano de amasade once and for all. A kwan me decision ye den afibia eponu mu faso de amfan tidal waves no na waves ni mra me bo apoaso ache ni murosum enkotra ba bia nipa ho afibia ese hono daba to welcome president, vice president, chief of staff and finance minister. Can't we take a decision for that problem, sir? And maybe ya hurry and sa e free tidal waves ho of Volta region. This is what I want. But President Mahama, why instructed the finance minister so as a matter of urgency, one copy camera. Na sanso ano no yempema voter for no bia ayane nsuo ne ka no. This is what I want to hear from a leader of Ghana man for ho. Ghana ye di fa ho die dignitaries a enye Ghana for brochire ba ye other neighboring African countries ba ye no. Enko man pani bi owie ye no yenko chele kakra ye za. Enko baka se yenko chele kakra. But owie ye pa so called voter region. A so-called Volta region, because James Gunu, and yes, I'm honorable James Gunu, on our Volta regional minister. And then answer 1 union called down so no madia che. Or Dao. And I salute you, regional minister. Mo form mo nine share union shoes mu. Say one fa obi kwati bi ebe no say one na tema ama sani pano na 1 minute sani ni pano dwene. You can never have a solution to that problem. It's Honorable James Gunu. Voter regional minister net mechiao. Fantastic man. Me nimu dear yes I me no kasa. I don't even remember the last time I called you. What do you say? But what show leadership in a voter region? Where the kind of leaders are? Ghana for here. Leaders are one. Womo ebenya tema ediama womo Crawford two. Leaders are better solution. Ediama yen problems are for mu. Asa obianka so obia first come obia botom. Etenra crowra owie ye pe eno two car. Wom amiko voter region. Yes ye and okoye no. So even one for your friend say pure tabag ba kumpanko. So one for cement bag ba kumpanko. A big relief for those living omoko here no. But a decision has been taken. Enra, a decision has been taken by the president. And Ninia Baba says I'm a friend. Baba Ibrahim Hama. Ono na so driving in and then the car. Ka ba ko mi hu ye. Na o support ono so edi ono so donate bibi. 100,000 Ghana cedis. Someone ye tetisika 1 billion. Cement ayi ntiminto. Anya hi ntiminto. Aboa hi ntiminto. Etibi cross solve ababeye ebia let's say 5 kilometers cry onye bi why be Etienne leaders with solutions baby John Dramani Mahama drew on pesikanya hwibiem Ibrahim Mahama on pesikanya hwibiem tiniaka no ayen so for problems, and I believe in this system, this administration said say GDA Ghana 42 about the mamo 1.7 million vote difference. Say you kwako to about pabisi the Ghana. It tells you, sir, Ghana for GDA John Dramani Mahama and administration. Eti yatra si yebesha one moment na machire Crophobia started online phobia mudamu sangrophone munyam for now. We will get there. Yeah, Sangrophone munyam for now. Sangrophone your mind, we will get there. And don't offer a medical comment, you know. Speaker Akasenra. And also we will get there. Samu pese nipa or cancer semina mumisa penyo makino nimono. Because time ana or kasano. Nipan kasao na chi. Emo twere ni koko heno. Mumisa former Western Regional Minister President. Kobi ochire dako. Oro so na otewobi na nipa no wonachi. Sankrofo nyina no. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Saboys ni nyina. Sa honorable ni nyina. They know the person. Yes, I best start abobo voices no. Eti mame formusia na yanko yanim. Kwasigate. Name.
Nduya, Majodo.
Yeah, Makoria.
And I'm the Alpha special version of your take. I like the energy. Mãssive man, the man in ya. Aya manyimpa yenyi mi de. Maye biano. Obesanso abawdo. Nti se asem wo hona kanokwara no kwaro be duwechi. Se eye katadu momuado a the maso ana obeduwechi. Nti oye de eza honzin eza shokasem. Ye bichia ahwefu na etiefu nyinara. Na echia His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. In fact, obey me fi baby na mereba. Na nkoma no ho yin de. I there obia I okay somehow, even though we won't read the budget. But obia a bit stable for now. Last week, because my usual woman be a bit of rice coffee. I said, now, in fact, I end this, you know. I said, oh, on my friend, my mini abema. Now when we say, oh yeah, yatete so kakra. Yate so by say 200. Mu we so yate so kakra. And so mo to aduane no monte so. Na me so nemre beso. Budget mbayo.
Yeah.
And I know that we exerted some positive energy, and that is what we are reaping. And going forward, you know, system be so clean for everybody there. Area business it should be aremba. Na etum ako na aba na umfaso kakra so etum da kohwefi.
I see. Now, Central so be able to call here.
It's Central region de.
Central de can. Me papa mama region.
Okay. O papa mama.
Me papa ne mama ho no free.
Now papa mama. Okay, I na chere mfi ho. Or the class so depend. Say if
you sanso diade
that be say if me krom wo wi ne ba dia. Nka wo papa na nkasa ne ntino. Nka wo fi ho.
Okay.
Because ye dey jade.
Momu dia jade.
Efutufu ye dey.
Say once. Oh, okay.
Ye dey jade.
Okay.
Nti but
me papa so otimi diade ho mani.
So the mama no feel.
Yeah, ono enaba.
Ono diade but awu diade.
Me dem timi diade.
Nti o ye ho. You are central de Bokwara. Ebechia Central Regional Minister. Honorable Eko Penyin Edwamo oye nyipa papa ogudo Orugbo Ejuma. I'm no big say hey ohun papa na me say that be. He's not a social media type. Even though me hu there aya ninju mezino or try kakra or the total platform though. But he moves every day. He's a core party person.
Constituency touch na you're projecting in human
because
you see 1 year who near oh yeah.
Yes.
Assemble na kind bed.
No, he's everywhere. He's everywhere. But them Makano is a good advice because one so can hear one first share point as it.
To man media team get in touch.
Yes, so can he's working and everybody is on board.
Politics and sorry na moyo.
Dabi.
Oh yeah, then is for the public.
Dabi say ejuma na mpa oye answer na obey regional minister.
Yes.
Among Kofu.
Yeah.
And that is why onya the grassroots support. Even though special list of anyone now who are appointed as regional ministers, he is the only regional vice chairman who as regional minister. It tells you a story of his work. Except today, yes, today there should be publicity of what he's doing. So far, so good in Central Region. Appointment because of Professor Nana Jane Opokwajiman and Honorable Atoba Forsen.
Obi catch him say Central for after your mom vice president, yourself produce finance. Your mom young crank.
The person is right. But then you ask yourself,
yes,
what did we bring on board? What was our contribution? I'm going to with Central Region.
Yes,
I worked in 9 different regions. So that's it.
I know.
In Tochinaminya BBA, and yet there, deserve. Professor Jane Opokwajiman also deserved her position as the first female vice president.
That's true.
Because she really worked hard.
She
worked. In fact, you cannot compare any running mate's activity to the campaign she ran. I mean, when I make a profit day, because it's not too much. Everybody deserves it. Honorable Atuba Forsen, Central Region, for the first time, you see that. And all my regional chairman, Sika Busumbiara. All my regional secretary, Sika Busumbiara. All my regional organizers, Sika Busumbiara. Regional constituency executives, almost Sika Busumbiara. Parliamentary candidate over Central Region, almost Sika Busumbiara.
Okay, me a original radio presenter or no man binana.
I say, oh no, he did it for about 5 consecutive months to the elections. The first one cried.
Okay.
But I don't know. So what I'm saying there, he contributed apart from Central Region, the American. He moved around the country with a boss, lawyer Sam Jemfi. Sabi, watching Ghana for Nenara. I want so way. So yes, those people who have gotten positions, they deserve them. And I'm not talking about Central Region. So far, there are some few places abeka de bia nyimpa no na wonti didi but sa wonti didi I won't say there and on your party adwuma but so far so good biara one man position bia either within central region or outside central region no contribution and since we stayed in opposition for 8 years we know how much everybody contributed so far we are still watching
okay
but to them we cannot fake Ghanaians.
I know dear. Kwasigati Lawrence said I'm attending Kano. Mame ko namene Mahmoud Kabori ninkomo. Unia ma.
Ya bro. Alhamdulillah.
Azantima jamoko dia.
Emi adom. If adom ekwa adom.
Someone ma produce the youngest regional minister.
That's right.
Na mu wi na djuma ma sen yo hono dia no de.
Yes.
Ghana dinner for fida.
Yeah.
Not just a mono, probably no more to get him.
And that's why you're keeping the garden city clean and green.
I see.
Training say once upon a time, the beloved garden city na munina mubedi munku kakra hono. Abesa ya krabe na agini din na mo free chichiri ne benche aba. Ye de nipa na chichiri man.
I know dear.
Na ohwe said ya nura nipa free wo mu pem enye obi na share wo mu na ombebo regional minister Dr. Frank Amako hene team ni nyina chidom say ya yemprapra yempotem na said ye babro kura kan cleanliness is next to godliness no jidi se na ya ditwom ti on the occasion of your Independence Day celebration Ashanti's one was a special one. Now it was tailored to say we preach about sanitation, in fact sustainable sanitation. Tine nyina ye jetum abaye mra wasantimantem. Se wonam na wo sheda se wo yekromu fia. Ye nyina je fire o se wo de to na obi ye de tue obi ka na obefa rora no furo. Eno nkyere se ndisi aban betata santifo ana wonu oti asantimo ende obi oti asantimanto nyina ya jetum te mra ya hihye no enti mayambo regional minister abaso na eguzu kai ankrankra people in the corporate world individuals you say omanje kire ya no ayese dam fo kire ba agofo nkire no yentimi nya bibia ngu aban so enti corporate bodies and entities individuals are be wo munsem no ade baako aye gap baako aye identify lack of fairness and waste beans advantage points enunti ye be hye asante ma ebi wo munsem a mo amwon kran ne mo amwo fie we nya party a na party bi asem we ya asante titiru kumase ya hinkro no se waste bean no baako na obenyaw mienu na obenyaw edu na obenyaw apem na obenyaw wo de ba ye be say organization abase atwere din gu ho a also wo bo the clean and green project ye be twere gu ho regional minister be da wase na ye mfansisi mia afi say bin ni bisi wo na obi bu apade atofoma na mara ye nyina ya hihye se we kuru no mu fia we twa bibia me ye de atu obi ka sisi ho no ye timi de mra no aye adwuma nti on behalf of regional minister no obusuafo mo bank na bebo bra nyina yesre mo omuntwo mo ani mahwefie na jidi se babia ni fie kuntu hwan ya ni nkyira na eko mo mra na fie potem nyina ye clean am jidi se ya ni mo nyam hye enra am say ye di Independence Day voter region de na omo nso no gujam as obusuafo no bi ohwe sade epono ani abre na bosume no kura bosume foforo nti said ye asutwe no timi mama ne homene so kura I don't know na aba be fa manfo nyina fie no na yare hosem and we empathize with the people of the voter region, especially the affected persons na yena mampani ase nra nka mampani bi a onitima ka straight from the independent baby celebration no nka afi no okoye party kese kenke party no range na mo akese as papa wura dem mo awro na tade na utuka rio from mantem ene okono no na ni kurotwa mansa odi akɔhwɛ ne asie mate sɛ wa communicate ama the finance minister sɛ sea defense project phase 2 no a na Akufo Addo aban baaye na ponum ka sɛ omunim no edi sika kɔyɛ a ɔmɛ demonstration no a ɔmugyae no ne manim ya yɛnhwɛ na yɛnyo na sea no ma no hom so a anya bibi di atwere na afɛ relocation project nso a ɔmo ɛyɛ no yɛnyina yɛhwɛ na yɛnyi bi mwa and I'm so the CEO of Engineers and Planners Chata Cement ɛne Nyumaku aka Owura Ibrahim Mahama amansambo afo
maho EPA boss so
say so baba ne EPA boss na di kan
okay
ɛna mampanini kɔka wɔ mo na ɔno nko ato no botom tetedie no 1 billion mate sɛ honorable MP honorable Agboja Rose Minister
yes
ono so cement no bag no hanu chire hamienu ni aduonum 250 enti ankurankura nyina mehi bimboa na yenua no omani atoto aka omunsam no yempe at least ba bi omudi omuti abeto emfamom enya omupe sana nature tie megidi se climate change ya kan kura no ebetima ba se hunsunsu asoro no enso ebino no enya omunko a white voter no ukọ Kwame Danso potem ho yeji le munu potem ho na hwese de ho so atwa form so a
I see
ayare hosem nti holistically yenhwe kwan a in the area of building sea defense and major river defense no yebe demarcate or mining ye near her or most vulnerable na ya invest proper and strategic investment na yedi abom ho bai no kre no I say amagana di mfie no adiesia enwotwe 68 years na abribia no ya na mehwe the trajectory of celebration focus on here we share the early 60s na 57 60s na yenya independence na focus no nyina akoye a hard won battle. We're celebrating our independence and freedom. Now we're also anticipating for a very promised future. And but when you do 60 ever 70 now, the celebration focus in akoye nkruma political ideology. The self-reliance of the African nations and uniting the African nations. And over here, celebration be within that period. No? The key issue was African unity and self-reliance. The military rule from 1970 to 1990. And also, the focus, because there was a lot of political instability in Tino. The focus was on national unity and stability. Now, that was the main focus. From 1992, by transition period, the ABC Nadia, Abribia celebrating Independence Day. The focus is mostly on three things. One, successes as far as the democratic journey is of concern.
Okay.
Two, cultural diversity. Say unity in diversity. How our mind when you near to say we Fantini, our mamre no mani me kwawni ma mamre no mani nie me judi tum wujimi tum even though ye nia mamre ni amane baako. So unity in diversity na ya je tum aboa ama oman no chichire ekwo nanim nti wobekọ tamale no na yesi local language na ye kire odagwani wobekọ Cape Coast no yesi local language na ye kire wo ho no mfante Oberbankra no yes local language ni ga. That is how culturally diverse, but we are united as one people. Ayaji and culture. So the cultural diversity is one thing we've been celebrating. And lastly, has to do with economic progress as a country. Hona openi boache maybe some who say aso in fear duesia enwotwe title economic progress baby yedru ehwa na yefese mresantin yepese yedru ana na yepese nka yedru mpamponso bi a chense no kre metina fidigesi yesu kasa o man Ghana mfie aduasia nwotwe no aye useless faso amaso na me no man no kra ni munipa anini ye a milestone have been made but them pompons why ye pese ye duru no na into me enro ho sanse nipa bia no bo wabra ohwe wafefo ene se de ombo ombra na odi account de say ye ne Malaysia Singapore no na hyase o na eden na ne ho ne ekofa card dada ne ya be isu aha edin ni yetimi ayi afa ho. For me, those are the critical questions. Enti omampani ni aban de ba yese afi independence no team we da so reflect, review and reset no. For me, I was very satisfied because for once I felt the Ghanaian people afi ni atinase yehunu say something different needs to be done. Obroni say reflection brings clarity. Abrebi abetna se abu mponko na wahwe wachi no unya better understanding of wanamotu obi. You say yes soul searching, introspection as a nation and a reflection no. Ebe boya me ehunu how we must review yen friend is saying yen developmental strategies and economic strategies. Enti na enya as part of review yehunu. For me, the blind loyalty to partisan political parties rather than the nation. Mfia duasia wotwe ni amwaye say obi do no party amanyuko wo mu chen oman Ghana. Enti even though watu abana wie no kwabrani timi ko bushi sanse obi ani honti ni wotwa ja to transform mu light ndum ni emfa so bo mo aban a wote so because when you are buying out this only in the party headmaster to me charge unapproved fees and private education minister can go jisika bia tro driver baby a lot of yankas one in so pretty ya no woje. Those things are a fuel they're motivated by partisan affiliation just so the otis one ye begu nanimu ase na ye nya opportunity no amwa yen nti ye kwe yanim no e wo say yes sir. Typical example, and say a babamu, enrubosumimiano. Na ye hunu say the data available points to critical economic situation. Into mining in Asia, na ye idea of economic dialogue. Na ye baby I did to obey. Now be said, by mere fact, say me no ni party back no, yeah, they are to the extent say even no moment I say fear. They have been elected to represent a group of people. Those constituents, not all of them are party or MP, but they refuse to show up. That is cruel form of democracy, and that is not freedom. That is say yeah. That's so adwene saa tete adwene no ammo bra adwene no a nya de abeboa ma o my Ghana akonanim. Enti ye beda kanima mpeni ase na ye review yen strategies ni adewia watch I was say yetimi ye proper resetting. Nti resetting ni bi ni say resetting ne say mfie bebre nie yetimi tam sika 15 million 16 million 11 million na ye the year Independence Day celebration as part of the research and they say you wait day just 1 million, a little over 1 million. I the same celebration of our independence will not lose the originality of the event, but will save money for the nation. That is part of the resetting agenda. Resetting agenda is saying, say we must cut down unnecessary expenditure. Yenye realignment of ministries and agencies. Nasika bebre ba ye land cruiser top bungalows ni ade no. Young channel into productive venture. So president is doing 23 ministries instead of 30 ministries. That is resetting agenda. Say you're resetting there. Now you say it is not about the size of government. It is about the output and efficiency of the people you are putting together to form the government. Into you 125 ministers. You 60 ministers. And from 7 January 2025 ABC next 7 March 2025, 2 months in office. President Mahama has been ruling with just 42 ministers. And look, this has been one of the best 2 months in a long time. Best 2 months are corruption yen TV da. Best 2 months are the Chibiano, a 10 year mapa, a bow mine and chicheria. So yeah, resetting there. Na Chiteno and yes, a madi mukasino. Ghana phone you have jet to say this time around, your mom opportunity, even to the highest office of this land. For the first time in our history, the Ghanaians people have rose to that call by electing the first female as the vice president of this land. It's part of the reset. So what I say? Resetting agenda no. Ono where go poku beka chiro say, "Ma ye nua kashi onti kashi abanfa nkoma kwasi wonu krom. Ma ye nua gogo onti gogo abanfa nkoma kwasi wonu krom. Ma ye ntu gogo no mo bono said that the enfa nkoma kwasi wonu krom." We should be able to link agric any mineral extraction to industry. Now boy, am ya add value. Sada ba ya kwa kan link ye ton ye nya takua eni na be buru sa takunu na o man wan yin ntem. O add link agric to industry dia. Now be create sustainable job amama bu no. Eno ane how 24-hour economy no ebe ye adwuma. Nti it is no more about the traditional 8 hours. See, here reset any afofra, you know, Malaysia FPDA, they must begin to work around the clock. Nti nra fellows, honorable fellows of Fusuku Apichibeka say, company under Ministry of Government Communication publishing on one started 24-hour economy. Printing into any form of publishing 24-hour economy. Passport, Astati, DVLA, Astati. NIA uses 24-hour economy to print the 620,000 backlog of ID card on to print here. Me believe we say abide in the first budget ba. He nuisance taxes are egu nyuma na had to move free ho na otimi so businesses 1 2 through Exim Bank and ADB being it Akufo any industry for asene na yes sir merging no. I believe because Rome was not built in a day, but kakra. Yen celebrate Ghana at 78. Theodu Seneno. Na omampeni mama the blueprint no. And yini emfefeu na yini na swaba na omani Edison faso. Enti omani yina yes. Despite now no so now already here, the picture was gloomy. Chirese baby jina no nye. But me did say in Kabum, Akudumadin, and Paibo, and love for country. No, in United can humble me a sopa panasenia within a short possible of time. Will come out from the woods. No, my Ghana be ye muni panso performance to my preference.
May I say, Mahmoud Kabore, and our team, and can a member of the NDC National Communication Team. Yanko Yanimna, Momame, LPM, Momame, LPM, Sunday. Zagate.
Okay.
My share Ghana 68 years.
Okay.
The team say reflect, review, and reset. After 6-8 years of age, I'm funny free, I'm funny a crow. You who say we are, I think say everybody abrabono. If you go ever fast abon asomai. Should we continue to do the old things, yeah, for 68 years, as Uniaka, Yana Singapore, Malaysia, even got to open your economy better than that of China. China take a decision for 40 good years, and China, we economy, first 3 and now first 2 krana. I think China have a feature. Or that listing them. Mamintio.
Okay. Hey, Meka man for the Yamabo China, Anka Beku agree. No, a former regional vice chairman, or central region, or Sienabrewa, or Cape Coast. And he Adolfo Nara. Wonko, no one ko Tanichi. Was some party actual. Say, Eshe, ma okodo ended na. Na bisa ho de enti ino man ina ebotum ya kono da mu kwan ana yakọ ekwachiacha ye hwa na afi ina ya behu Caniano. I want this in America them. Say extra budget. Our they celebrate 68th anniversary.
Yeah.
Now extra there say you sue only 1.5 million. Last year ampo no 15 million Ghana cedis. Now this year the other question. Because in budgeting, we have the zero base and then the traditional budgeting. Even with the traditional budgeting, you have 10% per annum. Until all you have to do in there, add 10% back on the previous budget.
Okay.
It's standard.
Now, what do you move?
Then you move. But we didn't do that. See, to reduce 15 million to 1.5 million as an expenditure for this unique celebration. And research, we feel that Afina na pomu there was some work na classroom. Na when you reset nentase. Osane yentum yankonko bobosia. Enfa mechichiro mai. Na ye sora yeye azika krebi ama ya hu kake ba ina ekaw kakraka enti ye beda omampanyin John Dramani Mahama, Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman, the Vice President, the Chief of Staff Honorable Julius Zebra, and ampanyin for waka homa the mo adwin trainera Obabobade. Now, look at what happened yesterday. I am resetting now. No, say, yeah, bibine de ake bibia. The seat of the president, that is where the attention is.
Yeah.
Nti yakoye oho. Ama traffic bi amba krom. Afro bi anko gina wiado, we ntwa mbofom. I think the security officer be a travel from Wiwa. But they say him there the previous year, Obiwia.
Yeah.
Ewokoforia.
Yeah.
Okay. Until we have started the resetting. Until you know what and that yeah celebration be before for assassin Uganda ha. So we are and say so the truth be as well what they come up.
Obiya ne de say ye entity na.
We are say
Yeah.
And to say in your efficient government. Not what the share bogu kwem. Na ohwe yahunyanya yewom. No say there be we will do the same thing but we will cut costs. Anyhow there we are on the right path. In your thing, for the first time, na the anniversary to them. Now, where you the seat of the president. Na president told you ankado that be yentana hana kama wine kakrawa ha, coke kakrawa ha, Fanta kakrawa ha. Owie ya o se ami. E kwa kwhwe enwa wo ahonyehiem. Na enyimo ye fewa. One of coin, one for minus kabiago. Say yawe. One first kabiao. Scar the coin, adofo. Or the more 250 bucks. Oye honorable Kwame Abuja. Him don't so what can't voter caucus now.
Yeah.
No opinion power.
Yeah.
Na the brother. No more kaka. Not of what as president. The member be hwɛ mu situation. Na enye dem reba hwɛ na madam ho. The mazi sikei eziban bi da abramu. Emo minimum member of parliament. Oye honorable Jifa Abnagomashi. Me na kasa. Oye national assignment Germany. Na se oba obohwɛ onye assembly members ena nanananom watna ho na wahwɛ enwoma kakra mezabe bismo becha no na nyɛ hɔ nkotin maasan so maaka kyerɛ minister for finance ɔyɛ Dr. Atoba Forsen dɛ breku so sea defense no second phase no ɔmfa hyɛ budget yɛ a ɔreyɛ yi eyi wantwɛn ma MP no ankosu wɔ parliament ama na pam bɛka nkyerɛ ne dɛ sɛ ɔmampanyin Akufo Addo kɔkɔyɛ bibi ma voter fa ɔbɛma Asante man ayɛ demonstration.
Just we ɛnyɛ ne po anka ebi kura yayɛ o.
Of course, there was a threat, and Ashanti is the World Bank of the NPP.
Yeah,
and he said, "Enya a member of parliament ofiho, there one other member of parliament, our voter region, now the foreign affairs minister, Honorable Okudzeto Ablakwa, wa request that you want him into obey budget ya nkahwe afa ya na wanje bibi na nka won fam boy legitimate obi sira bi won sem fata eyi wan twen anati de MPB request e wo parliament de o mampanyin emfa bibi nse budget ma that be this is what we call proactive.
In fact, one of our budgets be already budget out and buy. I think they left even the whole voter region.
And that was when Honorable Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa raised the issue. There, we are in crisis in our constituencies in the voter region because of this natural disaster. And he inka warm wine. And then I put Madam threat. But I'm saying that even though the budget is not out, but the president has hinted us the word directly. Now, and yet, Hokeko, and then the one called Hokeko, or Sansu Koko share the resettlement offending arena. You know, an assessment. And what's that? I want to say a flooding zone. And to say, we'll continue with the construction. So you ask yourself, who took the decision? There, if flood is disturbing our citizens and we want to relocate them, we relocate them to another flooding zone. Now, this car, they call it resettlement. So you see how people have destroyed this country carelessly. Nanka obia orokwa kwhwe baby a atoyenche ma to hode. Say baby ankofo betina de nkohu hia no. Yeah. It tells you how broad the person is. On here too myopic. There. Eyi na abanti yanhwe yi because eyi na eyi no wakabuma oyeye. Inti baby awogui yer ba be ye wi a na se impo e de bi motu kwotena baby a e ho ne teden okokohwe onara inti ehwa any da celebration of the independence was very historic, showed a new paradigm shift of the whole thing. People have called for this style. There. Come on, Mumbai cow. And I am a dog. And Ghana Foso, the support they have given, we pray that they will continue to give this support so that we can make savings out of these things. Na ye da boa omano. Nobody complained. I have never seen anybody complaining why they went to do it at the Flagstaff House.
Yeah.
Yansua don bebre. Emofraba I do walk match, ubi want to match or fear TV. Come on. You spend it a lot of time. Because that's the seat of president. The whatever corner or hold it out. You have to go 4 hours. and sana president wefi a Flagstaff House and a Jubilee House waba. On na record no. It's work on not order now. And the team which boils down on resetting. Yes, we reflected, and everything we did there shows that we are reflecting on the past. We have to review. Yes, even the budget, we have reviewed it. Is that not the case?
Yeah.
The constitution, yes, itself, in a way. Then the activities, we have reviewed it. All in the betterment of Ghana and the Ghanaian. Because yante asem ya obiara ni pejina na da chair mo fa bi twa bofom by 12 no happen. Say away.
Yeah.
By 12 no happen. And service a coach up upon workado, you're fasting up to 12 And I said, what did the time on Ponsing? So, me who there, a man paying Mahama, or cotton a few. And yet, or cotton a few cushion at the gecko. By Yankupon Cassa, or the Nensa. Abetu na akomado na yakopon na nkasa so we boy na adwene mu ema ohu ade sonko because say ehwe bosum ebien ni mu asem na yereke na ehwe appointment aba na ehwe de ye ni special budget na obia de ahokeka ozire n'edwuma na ehwo mampanyin nankasa ni modest nature and that the whole food time mampanyin ko no I was wondering me so me professor honestly not or car bi because I only saw one car.
Yeah, one car per day.
No me say okay so oh yeah it we are prof Her Excellency, Obanant of Fetria, and I honorable Julius of Fetria, and Jona Oko. If you say, you buy a painful boo baby tray and there. Wash your album, no more door. And I wash your door, no more boom. And what time so? Nickasy. And a bush on at that pump, water, Nestala, epe. Say what 3 pieces were.
Yeah.
I wonder what the 2 years were the pump 3 pieces. So, this will be more time 2 years. Nice to confirm 3 pieces. And Shank of Fubaka there, Sebi, maybe a wide dream account. Telling you that the woman of Crano. Obaka Chongo Fuda. Papa, your daddy bay. Maintenance. Ordinary material 2 years. Yenyim baby a nana da Akufo adu na Dr. Bawumia. Wa say o man akodu. Ye do wa say o man there. Ye ka busabo wa gbegu ho npo dia. Emi memba ena me na nanom oba botu ebi. Enyo no gutin o. Enyim there or the helpful for hwe bond fu ya wo go ya. E dey tweet your money.
Yeah.
Kojo bi nisko izai wenwa dade anya hihye bia de di pa kuniska enti ameze mama sra yin de mayere kono yankon de ma na yankodu ya ndo ye ho de ma na yete na ye do ye ho no na yantwe Ghana fo bebre so meka ho na ye ndo omaye no na yenya na kakaka because so far very very good na da mon fasudi ya yenya me gidi de onko ye da mazi nkotin Azibiara yebeye uwa beyimu no. Yen share the cost factor. Na yen bi say hunde ade no ni impact on your body. Is there another route I butum yafa? The yen had the same effect. Like what happened yesterday. So what is 7th a match, a 6th match? No why a ceremony. Senator what this is match. So why a ceremony?
Yeah.
Inti yewi anamowa.
Yeah.
Okay. Inti bibia e bibia no. Yehwe. Say ya kohwe project bi. Na say minister no roko. Na say chief director no hu hia. Na say chief accountant no hu hia. One fa no nko. Onye compulsory there per hierarchy say minister roko a the chief director oka ho eyi ka ho eyi ka ho. That be the impact. Because this year, no, our governance should have direct effect on the people. It shouldn't be storytelling. Like His Excellency said, we cannot afford to fail Ghanaians.
That's true.
Do you know why? Because we have lived through it. We've lived through a failing government. We saw what they did to fail the people. So upon hindsight, we are beneficiary of those experiences. So why must we reinvent the wheel before we can somersault this failure? No. We were even telling them there in your memory, you are sending us to ditch. What's one for Odu baby, I know about to buy forcing. John Dramani Muhammad Nakasampo, time ordinary 10 thematic areas be or the two or there. If Sir Abino offer the more areas here, the time no account reduction of even the ministries. He said it, and he has done it.
So at that time, I remember even German government. Time I covered by you call here, no catch oh my Ghana, Akufo Addo's government say, Massa, government expenditure near too much, so do something about it. At that time, Wamobia.
So we cannot repeat the same thing. I've said this here last week. Me catch you. Me babetina last week. Me kade yentum yen faili enkofuno.
I know dear.
Because we saw the pain in their eyes. Ami de bia say what so be akwaji pose aya ejuma mejo ho maybe some there enti what we saw in the eyes of the Ghanaian before the elections yimpa no ohu the same thing na so ohu the same thing we sure the befma because you see when we met the people we saw that they've walked through fire. People voted not because of anything. Because you see, Yabato there, Ikofi Yedman Wodidi. And Ghanaians, most people know, were very industrious. Into why or pedo why you were Jumana wedding, Wodidi. Ne Jumana Warriano. Abani she biara embua Jumana Warriano. Into what Jumana I say. Eto Japadu ko ye dwuma na dwuma na gu wo sa ahwe wo Japadu so enti binyim there enti America there appointment on the year because you know almost everybody our bonidi no binyim the role they played in the campaign.
Okay.
So they lived it. Apart from Wankasa, they walked through the fire. They listen to the experiences of others. In fact, we share Obi after the elections. I say, Enyuma, bibi ayebi, and Kayoko Chapra say where a Thanksgiving nadi. Us no, kaya confession time. Oh, but Michelle Emmanuel
Confession time.
also confession time. People should tell their story. Businesses, retailing. Say, hey, bojo kakra.
Yeah.
Uskano. I'm from Cotonam in Cotier de Bendio. Scãndal di business na, I did a business na next asho. Because a young man abakofano. No, and a watum. A tibatomba we no. And I say, a tomb of 1,000 pieces of Nyoma na. Scãndal in yan, a bootma for 800. The next time, a bootma for 600. And the man a chair for 80. The Scãndal if you say. So, Ghanaians are happy because what she more oral corner woman there or minor or for the temperature. And we be our appointing like today, Monday that a man penny call on your Professor Danama Brown Cruce EPA. No, these are people who are always on the food. What pay you mano? Nanama de bia opejuma.
Expertise in so.
Expertise no. Inte juma no obeye. On got an office. No on report. Sebesha de bia no effort.
Yeah.
De bia if you Facebook. De bia you hardly see her in the office. I show when na bia she Ghana manti. Mamefua. Yeah. Abeku Santana. Look at the drive. One kasa wa afezi. Out chere Ghana fo. Inti dam na de ekono. IFL. Hero IFL keke. It has a significant role in marketing. Because these are people who have huge following. It is woman there. Hey, now, and I saw Abekune red, gold, green combination. Oh yes, of course. And they drive the sewing market because people will go and everything very beautiful. She know that Her Excellency Lordina Mahama. She can't tell
First lady.
First lady. She can't. She Professor Nana Jane. Nikente. I have felt. And these are the things we are driving. The people should gather together to drive the local content of our product. Because are beautiful dama, and some are able to export. Because bringing our share no win, no yet a feno. On no about until if you are the figurehead, na say and share who local product na, and now wanna be no market more. Na until we are near Ghana Tourism Authority. A version was a suit. And can also the go on promote it when you answer we Ghana Tourism. Fair. No busunyadin. Yes. No bunyadin. Enya abu chateri bia ebeshema wonsa ho kala kokko fefe dem obada ho. Enya ono so no budin. Enti let's promote our local products in all diversity, food, everything. I want to minimum of food, and it is because we are very conscious of it. I'm very conscious because I'm a minimum, but we believe it there we can do it ourselves. And anytime I buy from a Ghanaian, I'm happy because I know I'm helping to grow the local business.
Why, Sammy? Maybe two can be person with them support them a brush and be a jackra. When I go there, I want to buy from them.
So you help build the local economy.
Also, no, I will be about town.
Yes. In 2000, eco spending or you have also increased the economy there by 2,000.
That's true.
And that is what you call the trickle-down theory of money. How money, distribution of money, how it trickles down. Now, sometimes, last week, I was telling somebody that you market, some foreigners. And people prefer to buy from those people than our own people. Forgetting there, I'm not being racist. I'm not being tribal. But what I'm saying is that you should be inward looking somehow to make sure there. Any na yeji ehutum de yede de masasi do ye Ghana for no. Yankasa so yetum yetu ye hompon. Na se ye yetum yetu ye hompon na ye nyamboa bi na ye de boa bi mu so a na onno oyamesom. Na wankasa mo ohye wanyu ase no entumi yi mfi ho. Na si ekoyo bi ne de.
Enye adwuma.
Omboa. Kwame Nkrumah ka de the independence of Ghana is meaningless until the total liberation of Africa. And say, Oje independence for Ghana first.
Yeah.
So I'm going to country be first.
About them free.
And let's help our local economy. Now say through what we saw yesterday, it has huge market. Because me share in Kofu one tera what she say. Na me nyobi ti kam or ye my classmate me in secondary school 1996 me sian da. Obopoi winiba no frem na me sian. Me fa no time kam no say enyim there o man panyin na tere na o hye no swearing you no. Me pam 3 before oba hye ne na. But the kwana no bo for mu but o hye ne no be say that thing you saw for me. The president is wearing it. So another one for me. Also, I will increase the price. Because I'm a penny. Wash it. And this is how we build the local economy.
Somebody, yes, governor, Bank of Ghana, governor called parliament. Now, details, Mosaka media, Mahmoud Kabori. Mosaka be Sika, called the construction of the new edifice, the headquarters of the central bank. Now, Baby debate. Ushe Sika kum. You say initially PPA a value project, say 81.8 million. Yes, I call valuation beam echo 121 million. It didn't more. You see, I call 261.8. 261.8. Now you try $230 million. And $230 million now you try no. Asanka a year 31.8 million. I be say tria. And now they are there. Now ye kikasika kuko lightning ICT systems and they are there. Mind blowing. Nti issues are about parliament and so and so far I don't know. Say papa ebe bobi ana yen rapi apa na fi yen fa show ni see for ene.
Me da se bebre we de emu onrem but me nua bi hwe Sebastian Combien.
Okay.
Or Bronx, New York.
I see.
On fa djuma di India agro cry. Nti ono so ye chia na da na se awie. Wache am say esa appointed ni wani hu no tenten say they can name mampani mahamakan no. Mampani kan no. And go for some of the atrocities they committed against this country, omu free about money because Nkonya etna to office
$11 million.
Awunaga Junction. Nkonyo.
Yeah.
Ibeti me akobobu wo Sokoban. Wood Village. Near the Abremo. $11 million. What you would say Bupe Nut factory? I'm paying mama the $10 million this year.
Bupe
Nut factory.
Wow.
When you say alumina fishing processing plant, the entire plant, I'm spending $11 million in a year. Entire plant.
Planting.
Now the 11 million kutungunya. My goodness. Ebi ameka penny mama obi jin say ono de oba ya che na no board nti say nebo. Wonim say nra. Just last week, Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso was establishing a $10 million tomato processing factory, Burkina Faso. Now call YouTube now born out her factory when you grab a jet. But be a titibu kokum, just a nyal at the ketwa. Obi kurom wa the 10 million, a be a juman for the numa. 1. Adding value to raw material. 2. Creating sustainable jobs. 3. Boosting export. Now with the Sasikano, more than Sasikana or Krangunya. And you get people who can justify this. Add the ICT fittings, almost $9 million. ICT fittings, they know more. $9 million. Now CIA no more headquarters a crowd more ICT fittings a bedruza. And see, Ishran can ready. Ishran can ready. Say 2024. You could lies here to Abano. And you go upon the Aban Sacre and Margana for. Because one here, enka ever told me, cannibalism. Ya ye ni abamu no. Na yintimi mosa akoro no. Na yintimi nyesa enya mransam no ntia wo man no. Kom na bedi. Na aboa no so wopim na ni bere so. Okom do obro so ya da koro be soro anopa wo fa ase no wache no. Be no wosi da so. Cannibalism. That is how. And to me, Obi catch them say Russia, Ukraine, COVID-19 is the only thing that brought us to where we are. Now, me who say ni pano honsre. Savri Coast, Burkina Faso, Nigeria, Togo no more. Ade omo de COVID na nruwana. But beyond the external shocks, we have people in this country, managers of this country and the economy for that matter. Etrimodin bonne awudisem na ewo mutrim. This is a manner ye call Bank of Ghana demo. Now on me describing members of parliament as hooligans. Mama any value for your friend is saying money audits. Na ye who say it doesn't worth it to pay $261.8 million for that facility. Eco Bank, Stanbic Bank, one headquarters will come here. Yen ko biso om se ko so sen. Yen fanyem fatu ho now the in terms of even when almost see omo de yen fanyem fatu ho yen fa be quantity be free. We must do that audit. It's very important because never again should it happen. Say ye audit no be anya bonia. Obi anko no baby. Ye audit na se sika no e fan kogu obi botom ti na price no e ho bo no koduru de duru ye no a. Ora no nje ye de mere ye. Iwi a ye nsan fa nipa no kura nyira mere nani. De mera no de ye be ye bia no. Na enyense na homa nchiri mase possession is not the same as position. Na ye do to duma ku bia no a na ayo som na muminya japade na nipa ntwe wo mu mfiri sa ne ma no.
Okay. Lawrence,
if you name is a cabinet meeting in Basu, where there is a need for the government to put in austerity measures.
This is about the budget.
Yes, austerity measures. Nima bema the ordinary Ghanaian kumu hano no. Inim so mampeni mahama be. Ubetina hande wabubu bebre so. e-levy, betting tax, COVID in the ade. And there's a COVID levy currently. Your port no competitive enough. One way you maintain COVID levy for the next 2 years. Adjoining countries will not even do business with us in terms of port. Until I know government is putting in the number of austerity measures. Ghana for kumbe high. Baby, I was here taking the hard pill no. A pill budget no more. Muma in an engine too. Say, Papa so pa woman so nyana no more de. The exigency of the matter and the current situation we find ourselves in. Maybe a bit preemptive for those measures to also be kept in place. There, the buy any. Nemuma buy no based on your situation. Or did you move on with them kakran so shame? Yantia se prekope. Say enyana boni yeni na ye omutia. That's baby.
All right. Got it, Yanko. A minute, Yanko.
A minute. Mara, what's in there? Yes, cabinet meeting ahead of budget reading. It's a good idea. Now, Ubia exactly what is there. If there are some amendments or some reviews to be made with more. The austerity, I think we are rather going to bring some relief measures instead of austerity. Because austerity usually brings some kind of hardship because they are serious measures that tightens people's. But now we're going to relieve them. For example, there's a e-levy. When you have 20,000 on your phone, and when you send it at a go, maybe the charges are different. But when you decide, oh, let me send 500 a year, 1,000 a year, this year, you realize that every year now you've lost some good money, and all this will come back to the people in terms of relief. So people are going to be better off with the new budget, with the perspective that Honorable Dr. Kesel Atuba-Fossen has indicated. And he is a step in the right direction that will start, yes, there will be some measures to mop up certain things which hitherto were not in existence. Because you cannot also say that you're going to do so much without maximizing revenue. So there is some form of maximizing revenue. I don't think it is going to affect business, like the ports where they introduced needless taxes like the COVID duties, charges on COVID when it comes to duty and all that. Very needless. When you go to any of the what you call expatriate shops, sometimes the last time I bought something for 5,200, and the taxes on it was about 900 to 1,000. So I was asking myself, so if I had bought this outside this place, I was going to get about 900 to 1,000 series as what you call consumer profit. Until we are still in anticipation of the budget. Very hopeful. It's going to relieve the ordinary Ghanaian from so many burdens. When they take COVID tax, when they take e-levy, the e-levy affect me pa. So when they take e-levy, when they take betting tax, I don't do bet, but other people are into it. Until they will get their 10% back and all that. No. It's going to relieve them. So let's hope for the better. Okay. And I know we're going to start on the right foot so that going forward, it will pick to the expectations we all have as Ghanaians.
Bridge when say then I can't want to see a former Sequoia Bridge and I said, Unya call Sequana, wouldn't bridge another. A crowbar soon a bridge in the wall. Eban saying, Yenny come on.
Yeah, me da etie for near her phone in ase. Bridge way yeah baba 2 weeks to election. And a young guy, but also follow me catch him say, more constituency no. Achumampo near constituency, bridge no wa how mo pa. And I'm catching so I can't just 2 weeks to election. It is all contract is here, yeah. Mbeka say na buying a NDC into dear. aban bi obeba power bi a meba betwa all those who say me twa dada but we dey ye to aban na ye beto aban wi nti ono so okay nti then ye to aban wi ye na me amedi mani ko share bridge no me call bridge na situation ni na mka say da for meba and they said that day I called and I say ebu anesa na me twa video na me de ba beto abontin say we dey road minister ba ye nche dey mampanyi ba nche omunya nkan budget club but we dey ese omo behwe no omo be yemanya say we bukum nipa na say omo ba de yen nti omo mehwe ni sisi eno nti na ma metwa video yen
kroben ya
Atwemamponua constituency we bridge with that river ofin
Atwemamponua constituency bridge with that river ofin I see Atwemamponua constituency na just MPP stronghold right
where MPP stronghold bridge that Kotokuom omo to aba MPP omo wa ba nyom to MPP stronghold pa no bridge fancy Kotokuom trakulu na Kotokuom epia kopie mankran so kunsu efa wa kopie sunyansa afa wa kopie kumase anti omo be hwe na isi omo close bridge no say ye ni sisi amomo
it is say ya close bridge no
ka mfa so bi ya close bridge no
me pesa me hu say ya to aba wie na bridge na say na say dada
oh na say dada say video no tie ni ya isi e ahemfo no na kromo mpanyfo apɛ obi ono ne te bridge no ho a obe make sure say car kese bi amfa bridge no so
dada nyina yi
dada nyina
adentia
because car kese fa so obebu it is a modern name and I want to do cocoa power Atwemamponua they want the whole Ghana because Atwemamponua ne half origin e boom ufi Ashanti region na last one abetra be half origin it wo money half origin e boom by Ashanti region mu dua cocoa power eti sa odi cocoa na eba odi car kese bia na eba ubegina na ma load ne magu abobo yam na mu di twa na abefa kosa na omoye no because mpanyifo aka omomo ene sem ka se we dey very sad ene se me twa video no ba beto abontin se mpanyifo hwe no mo me fix mom
after some video no buy no unya course and because sometimes I'm for me think that we expose the previous government or even the current government or no afa no aba eti and now share how bridge na say ya nyenne and I say bridge I say that course ba so na na bi ye den
but video no ba abontin no video no ko social media trendy pa trendy pa anti I wanna call nearby from Ministry of Roads and omo friend me say omo hu video no the video location wa hen na me any time be old video and I'm so there be just 2 days video
I see
and I'm say okay road minister na person confirm me say old video and I say because who say video road no e dey ma contractor 2018 omo hwa adwuma enti afi no wa hwa who say omo nya enti onim say iti omo beba ho president akachen so omo mra iti omo beba ho then the call back kunsu free original minister Dr. Amoakohene so buza me say edi say me twa ne dabai and am so me twa e bia nra and osesa na me wo na am so me wa kra na o se me ba kuma se na ba show mo location no na am so problem ni ho then na ye hwe na ya na otumfo se etutu kotokoman no so hu video no ti sada na ya akwaside John Dramani Mama His Excellency akukumase and asada na omo sa akọ nto omo kọ na otumfo de to omanim say bridge na aba na e serious to sra omo kọhwe na amo akọ say the president cry friend na ene ya afre no ho a road minister enam ko am a oba kumase anwumre obedu echa no papa omo kọ ti 7 o'clock na omo wo bridge no so anopa 7 o'clock no more bridge no so a he say ya declare bridge no say no obi amfa so biem within emergency within 3 months ye wie ti Friday ya contractors for share adwuma say den
ochira ya wo efiada yi
no so ye be ko akotwa kire Ghana for say
contractors say ba be chassis president na ma road minister wom so omo nya bridge no
emergency we the 3 months near day sa na o maka kire
wom say 3 months
3 months we quick e person hwema
ya close bridge no aka bi antimi mfa so John Mahama
o ma
close bridge no sure ade a wo ye akai me NPP era guy bia say either Ashanti region or be your baby
friend
kaka
Asante
wo koku no na Ashanti region wo koku no in a sense say say or expose ya ban na project ahodo a na sa ban ne ye ne wa ye no nyenwie nyina no just enka Akufo at that time, the road minister at that time, or the one in charge of infrastructure at that time, Ebeshama, those projects, Omayama Timanfona Son Fast one, the guy got killed. So him.
Minimpa, no pokra no fan pin constituency in the district now so
yes.
you on anoye. Say near man constituency na dear no fan pia bontin and it's a kaka or moje no cofinism.
Eti adia kaka ye no ebi na wo ye you.
Yeah.
But all the na kwa a different story.
Yeah. Some media manya when say wo ka se unu ana menya first day say maba. Me sha dey wiase ache. Fa say ko be 3 years. Yeah, nya threatening beble, yeah the national security atata yeah same beble but still now you
under the previous government.
Yeah.
No the national security for that time.
Yeah, fraud, yeah, fraud the national security and beble cause bebre email nema bebre. Then my cry report bi ni ade. But ya ne boy ho ban hwe hu ya ene nyamencha ade a aban ku afofraba. But aban we buy your first video drop here. Aban we buy your first video first ni ye no mo say ye NDC for na say ye.
Okay.
But we go project we na fi na NDC aba power.
Time na mo ye project and Akufo Addo no.
Yes say NDC for na aba amaro shakopa.
Okay.
Say me nyemfa hu aban na nimu ase. Eti NDC ba power no say we nya joma am na mam sika say me nkotwa.
Dabi.
Regional minister ni mo hwe. But me kotwa ye na ade chi ye na o ma ba be fix problem no.
I see.
It is easier no say de me kotwa already school bia me kotwa ye nkurati mponchibo be si no man fix it. Enema be bla me kotwa ye nyina o man fix it. Ti bi John Dramani ma His Excellency NDC aban ma ye kwan say we are all building the Ghana we want together. We na akere me sa. Say bibi nya ka it is say DC ni MC for ye be choose you no bia be adwuma.
Eno de.
Obi a wo say social media and say ye kotwa beto am ho beka. Ti me ba ade say ye ade say me ye me ye na.
So ti me ye.
Yeah. It's a good example pa John Dramani His Excellency asset say building the Ghana we want together na no clear. Wa maso badado because na me yes any threat me.
Time now we under Akufo Addo ye threat you. Say we go aban ni mo ase.
Go aban me how
careful.
Me ka hu bi na Ashanti region kula no omo mu lose vote then there's a menya ya. Beble.
But project we is in Ashanti region.
It's atwuma ponua ye strong wood. Mama nka se me nkyerɛ wo. Onim se project we beto abonten no nka MP a wo ho a ya to aba ma wo. Your friend said Takuto, Zetok, or Sakuto.
Why pipini?
Or your pipini, I at Tuabama. Cardana or 2 4 say to Cradna no tomb say, Yanko Bois, regional minister say, a road minister about Casada na also black constituency. So, the Bemekishua say, Bregina ye babayeno, Uja hobby. Wama the MP at Tuabama nama. But NDC no, anya ban a friend Stephen Yabois.
Or buy
a bopa. Emo mo dodo ho nyina ono awanya aba no mpo no e by friend Steve ne yeboa but MP ono ne teso ono ne ye omo MP no de wa ama because omo nim say ho MPP strong good te bridge ne ye ya anye beto aba ma omo but NDC ni by wa anya aba no so
etinka regional minister aba then ka the sitting MP no
wo ho bi
our company then the roads and highways
aba ho
ekika dipa miesa 3 key stakeholders once you
Tiano cross the chest atuma ponua for the next election dem nim so beto aba etia no because we cross just need leadership quality panyifo akukudam we aba wo constituency bridge we wo hu a wa ban ho campaign de ato aba ma wa ban aba mo antimi anye ye be yen so a wa ma ho but NDC ni na wa anya no ye kwa no ni gina ho on the ball pa ma nkrofo do bridge nti zia bridge no ma do ho se contractor for ba omo mre no betima ye adwuma no fast NDC ni na ye
eti president Mahama hyese bosome miensa ye fan construct bridge no na ye mie eti se ama benya new bridge eti o mebu dada we nyina to agu
dada ye bebu dada we nyina to agu on be new bridge contractors ne patch say tetino musi ye kwame toma penso the bridge no esro na nkasa na bunte ade na nke ye na maintenance danka eti so na wise ru ni nyina na bia pillars ni bia de bia hyem ni enti 3 months omo be gina so gidi Friday ya contractors share
ekoso
Friday ye be call and Saturday Monday ye be call akọ said the president be share bo social media road minister say mampanyi so omo be en so omo ya
I see when a kaka so no ejra constituency enom kokun no
no kwa no en constituency nko ampu
yetie aye minister and afenso roads and highways and the regional minister ne roads and highways papa governs one more kasa bridge the same bridge na yetie
I thank you all, including the the regional heads, the agencies working under the roads ministry. It is true that this situation was reported and picked up since 2018. But we never had a solution. President Mahama says he's not president to complain. He's a president to deal with things. So he sent me here this morning to assess the situation. What we have seen here now, I agree with you. We need to completely shut down the bridge to allow the engineers to work with the contractor to quickly remedy the situation. We've gone under the bridge. We've seen some of the terrible situations here.
Bridge to 2018 and I started say and say I back and forth. Na ehun sensem saba am say enrane ananansane no honorable tina enkan enye quickly no key team together no pay buy our first thing say enrane share bridge near here and to train any my bit my after we in other road project you have but because you want to be focused on bridge na no number for e be say bridge you know you close it down from one more say the fear I love Radio Gold 90.5. And the real to make you and Caribbean possible. I have a construction site. I love Radio Gold 90.5.
Okay, 90.5 FM Sunny. Lost Links TV on Multi TV, Hot TV. Also on Multi TV, Omni Fajmaden Live. Amaro Shako. Eti ya close to bridge, no? Yeah. Regional Minister Akasa, Roads and Highways Akasa. How do you feel as a young guy after some intervention from government?
Oh, many aji in America, Emma and I make Shasi and America say, I'm going to building the Ghana we want to get done.
A Juma.
It is a maybe by so I do I to try Simbiana and the MPP time, ne a wuchin you. I think he solve the cry and your politics as but almost yama by your popular. But Mamma actually say, yeah, I just say, who DC, MC be a Obano, making sure also by judgment. I want many aji, and I'm mamma your hope say, she said, be a me who be a mutual without any fear, will be intimidate machine, intimidate the president of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency, I say, and then the regional minister, Dr. Mwakwene, yes, some now.
Most some now, because young guy I ba ebiso also asante eso chain na de ade afena amakuhina chance years sana mo hunu mo amoti asante mandem
amakuhini ye nipa bi a me na minim ne da from nowhere just social media obehunu na bi a obo keyboard ne ade ade so na ye NDC omo secretary wa Ashanti region.
Yes,
by appointing as regional minister waka youth no obi bia abom and obehunu after regional minister de bi oti social media life se mo fa madwen chilemra ti amani pa penasem obi obey regional minister enu 1 month or the cabinet ministers makuma 9 and abe region or the defense minister and interior minister ba for military hospital be check almost September e bebie sisi am no ka say contractor wo kageti as can face MPP jan o 8 years or more ye adwuma se we are regional hospital nanum road minister by any health minister by no omoko se we ko check it is a nipa we are yensum nemu yesum ye na no otumfo ne say asum regional minister.
All right, yadumbesi anom
ya de ensem ni na ebeso ha ya da wase se wonya bra kan home de ensem ni na bana wie subscribe to channel no like na share jumadi ma afofro ensa enkabi makra ye be share in the next video.
Dedi kama mamena PENDREAM TV ase na so far so good. Say open online portal e wo Ghana nipa share nipa follow nipa comment here to my best of knowledge without any biases. PENDREAM TV.